This is Progressive Field. MLB The Show has action out of the AL Central. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the Cleveland Guardians. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just a little bit away from first pitch and towing the slab, Gavin Williams. But Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home.
Well, the record not pretty for Gavin Williams at this point in the year. But really, the numbers aren't that bad. The ERA is a little high, but fine. WHIP at 1.2 is acceptable. Looks like tough luck to earn that 2-9 record. Tigers looking to even the season series tonight with the Guardians. Guardians won their third game against us this year last night.
As he looks at ball one.
47-40. A little bit unlike real life. Cleveland very much in this division here in franchise. Flare out to left field. A lot of air underneath that. And Stephen Kwan made that play. I'm sorry. He got airborne into the fence.
He's been a solid force for his team right now.
That was bizarre.
Fire starter when you consider an on-base percentage over 400 over the last 10
Cy Young, Gavin Williams. Absolutely. He's making things happen. Well, that's an unfortunate way to start this game. Felt like a good fastball to hit. Middle up. Vierling coming off a rough day last night.
No strikes. One out, base.
And it was really a rough game for almost all of our order. The majority of our hits came from 3 guys. Ooh, it's almost identical. A little bit more time for Kwan to get underneath that. Cutter at 92 leaves Matt Vierling's bat at 80, which is not ideal. That was an even better swing than what we did with Meadows. Well, somewhat similar start to last night. And then Riley Green went deep with 2 away in the first.
And there's a ball.
1-0.
5-pitch pitchers. Got a pretty powerful fastball.
Oh, my God. Strike, and now it's even.
1-1.
Not the start we want. Never want to see those in the first inning, but I guess it does at least prepare us for what's happening the rest of the day.
And that one clips the corner.
Really good cutter that he's able to.
Not much you're going to do with that.
And backdoor. That pitch is devastating.
And we did walk a good chunk in last night's game. Cleveland really wasn't all that interested in pitching to us. Worked out for him in the long run. Oh, chased a bad changeup. Really had no clue. Tigers down 1-2-3 in the first inning. See if Casey Mize can do the same to the Cleveland Guardians. Kwan, Jones, and Ramirez. Nolan Jones and Jose Ramirez had a good night last night. Nolan Jones' good night a little bit different. He did go deep, but also struck out 3 times.
Tells you he's been pretty effective this year on the mound. I mean, opposing hitters having a hard time getting on base and then being able to really distract him and do damage.
See what Casey Mize can do today. Start number 15.
This is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
Bottom of the first. And the batter now, Stephen Kwan.
I was really happy with what Reese Olson did in the first inning last night, but things unraveled in the second.
Next offering is in for a strike.
In the second and the third. Short night for Reese last night in his return. Naturally, with Stephen Kwan. Always going to happen. The 0-2. And taken. Strike 3. Wow.
Oh, man.
A 4-pitch strikeout looking for Stephen Kwan is not too common.
I think that tells you all you need to know
Nolan
about
Jones.
what he was looking for in the box, and it clearly was not that pitch.
I mean, what a move that the trade for Nolan Jones has been here in franchise. My goodness. 306, he's hitting for power. Oh, boy. Speaking of power, hanging splitter. 1-0 Cleveland. Second home run of the series for Nolan Jones. At least I think he homered last night, didn't he? Can't do that.
All the way, and it paid off for him in a big way.
13th of the year for Nolan Jones.
Very got a splitter that he was able to handle, allowed that pitch to travel.
Middle splitter. Pretty low percentage pitch for any pitcher.
Here's Jose Ramirez.
Now we'll see Jose Ramirez.
So he was a big factor in getting that win.
And he also got a middle fastball last night.
With another scorching run of play lately.
Took it way out of here.
There's the strike. We've gotten used to seeing him put together impressive stretches throughout his
Nothing
career.
new for the
When
Guardians.
he's going like he is right now, it's really fun to watch.
This has been a team that's really had our number more than anybody else.
And the pitch. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it.
Huh?
They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add on. It's 2-0.
Dude, that wasn't even close to the strike zone on the outside part of the plate.
Seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right
What
now.
the fuck? I get it's a hanging curveball, but off the plate. And it wasn't really all that close.
Special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it, and those guys get to slap hands at home plate.
It has been a long while since that's happened. I mean, my goodness.
Digging in, John Kenzie Noel. Fastball for a
Still
strike.
only 1 out, 2 runs home on 2 solo shots, and now we got Big Christmas. Honestly, lucky that wasn't 3 straight. So, 0-2. Curveball got him.
Misses, it's a strikeout.
It's been a rough go last couple days trying to get strikeouts on that curveball. It's probably one of the better ones we've thrown in a while. The nuisance himself, David Fry.
Get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at bat alive.
David Fry in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Swing and a
Comes
miss.
up empty, that's strike 2.
I'll try and get him to chase away, I think.
Right here, the strikeout is not automatic.
Nope.
A little bit low.
Really good slider.
Missed its spot.
He's up there just
Didn't have the
hoping
slide.
that it ends up off the plate away.
Grounded,
Ground ball
foul.
left side, and foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier
Try
to
that
do
slider
damage
again.
against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Oh my god, how? How did he fly so far open on that
The 2 runs are in here in the second game
and get
of
the barrel to
series.
it? Well, it could have been a decently efficient inning, but here we are.
Slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Down the line and foul again.
And foul ball.
Pitches are getting worse for
What I
Mize.
like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives
Oh
him the
my
ability to
God,
foul
go
off tough
away!
pitches.
Pitch number 9.
On the
And,
ground,
well,
right side.
odd little grounder there.
Slings to first,
Chopped it right in
out
front of
number
home
3.
plate. David Fry grounds out, but it took, what, 9, 10
ball was
pitches.
working. And it's 2
Threw over 20 pitches in the inning and allowed 2 solo shots. Can't say that's a great success.
Back here in Cleveland, second inning set to go. Now it's going to be Spencer Torkelson.
See, Torg. Make it a late push to be the all-star starter at first base.
This is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team
Get out of
any
play,
hope.
please.
You just hope
I
you get
can't.
this inning,
I
get
can't
back
do it
up there
again.
while they're hot.
Now, Tork has fallen down a good bit in top 10 in the American League in walks. He's tied for 9th right now. At its highest, he was 2nd place.
And that's outside.
But I think a big reason for that is more so just because he's had a lot of success hitting the ball.
Tall strike zone, both at the letters and down below the knees.
And base hit back up the middle.
Helps a lot of pitchers we see today who like to work up.
Tiger's not hitting for a lot of power as of late. We certainly had to play a lot more small ball, but it has worked decently well. I mean, the offense, even in our losses, the offense is scoring runs. We just can't pitch.
Here's Gleyber Torres. And a foul ball.
98 first pitch.
Torkelson gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Straight as an arrow as well. My goodness.
Swinging a foul.
Oh, we could get it. No, we couldn't. I'd be shocked to see him throw it again. What about out in front there was Gleyber?
One ball. Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're
1-2 to Torres,
based off the trajectory,
that'll miss
put
again.
yourself into scoring position.
Now I probably should have adjusted the order a little bit. We got Jake Rogers due up next, and he's really been our worst hitter this year. But we'll see what happens. 3-2.
Outside, and it's a full count.
I guess maybe they might want to face Jake Rogers instead, but goddamn, you got him in the Torres in the count 0-2 here. That one hit decently well, left field, going back, caught at the track by Stephen Kwan, and there it is again. I mean, Tigers' power just rather non-existent lately.
Jake Rogers.
Jake Rogers up now.
More often than not,
good defender. He's been
a lot of good swings with really bad exit velo. I mean, that was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that left the bat at 88.
And he swings and misses at the initial offer.
Whee! That was not what I was expecting.
In the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this
at-bat? Oh, jeez. Worry about 99, but also 77 on the curveball. That's a lot. Oh. A quick dispatch of Jake Rogers and the Tigers leadoff single for Torkelson.
You've been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone.
See what Zach McKinstry can do.
Spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after it.
And now it's
and a chopper.
Zach McKinstry.
He got the cutter, not the fastball. They go to second base, man. That's the second time we've seen a really unnecessarily close play to end an inning like that. I don't know why he just wouldn't fire that to first base, but we will not get no hit today. We will most likely lose to Cleveland.
And we're back.
Because that's just what we like to do, I guess. Here's Lane Thomas.
Back to work. And the first pitch misses.
Usually much more of a nuisance than he was last night to us. He's just so tough, I mean. Can hit for average, can hit for power, has speed.
That's in for a strike.
Not
Nasty
really
pitch.
Man, this guy's got a great feel
what you
for
look
his breaking
for.
ball today.
Curveball in there. Wow. Now the numbers on the year for Lane Thomas, not what you'd expect, batting .230.
And up next for Cleveland.
Now we'll see Gabriel Arias. Fastball sailed there on Mize. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. 1-1. Missed again. And 2-1. Oh my goodness, he got a piece of that, and that's a bad reaction from Matt Vierling. Wow. Got a chance at that, but you got to have a quick first step, and right there, Vierling did not.
Here's Brian Rocchio.
And here's the guy that has had our number all year.
That one catches the zone, and that strike.
Brian Rocchio has been a real problem. And he's going to be a problem again.
Liner.
Meadows has it. Back-to-back one-out hits.
So first and second.
Mize is in
now
trouble
one out.
yet again here in the second.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Austin Hedges stands in.
Tonight's catcher, Austin Hedges. Broken bat, Torque with a dive.
And a foul ball.
And never had the momentum. That's also foul.
2 on, 1 out.
Got him! Looking. Down he goes.
Wow, that's a tough call.
Fourth strikeout already for Casey Mize.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow.
Top of the order, though. Here's
So
Kwan.
going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those
First
things
pitch
and
swinging.
really try to exploit them if they can.
Foul.
Stepping in, Stephen Kwan.
He.
Next pitch is outside. 2 on, 2 out.
Kwan hit it here. That guy looked like he was in foul territory.
Inside. And it's 2-1.
Good spot for the
Certainly
hitter. Definitely
thought
has the
we'd get
advantage
something
in
out of
this
him there.
count with runners on, look for him to be aggressive
All
on
the
this
way
next
2-2.
pitch.
Mize a pitch away from getting out of this. And
Out
on
to
the ground,
short,
Perez. Throw on to second
They
will in the
take
inning.
force out, and that is
Guardians
the
get a
third
couple
out
of base
the
hits
inning.
here in the second,
Guardians
but
try
Mize
to
pitches
double
himself
as
out of
they're
it.
Unable to add to their 2-0 lead.
Doing it again, though. Casey Mize probably ain't going to go too long tonight.
Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Middle of the pack rankings in terms of pitching for the Guardians. At least starting pitching. Strikeouts, they're not getting many of those, but they haven't played us very much. We're here to strike out, man. So 2-0 Cleveland. Top 3. Wenzel. Oh,
Hard
man.
hit left side.
What the hell was that
Gets it to
bounce?
first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Tigers bats can't catch a
Javi
break
Baez
right now.
digs in right side.
Javier.
Javi Baez hit a 4-for-4 night last night, including a home run.
Baez matched a homer in his last
Let
game.
that go right by. I mean, think about where Javi was. Hell, even a week ago, he's been this red hot. I mean, his average had dipped below 350. Oh,
Love how vocal the
back-to-back
umpire is
sliders to
today. No
Baez.
doubt. In the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Hello.
And that's downstairs. And that's ball 1.
Wow.
And down on strikes. That K is his 3rd of the game.
All right, swing at that all I want.
Now batting, the center
Ain't doing a damn thing with
Turns
it.
over. And now the center fielder, Parker Meadows.
Top of the order.
And that misses. 1-0.
Well, we said it. I mean, generally it's the struggles against guys with high ERAs, but this time it's a guy with decent numbers, but a terrible record. That one, Meadows, left center field. Cut off, so it's just a long single for Parker. And I'd love to just try and steal here on the first pitch, but we tried that last night with Parker, and they picked us off, which is something that never happens.
Detroit, Matt Vierling. He's 0 for 1.
Here's Vierling. Meadows, not a great jump. Throw down, they got him.
And that'll end the inning.
The catcher definitely looked ready.
Figure we
for
need to
that
try
stolen
something.
base attempt. Got in position quickly.
2 away.
Strike down to second base to end the inning.
What can go wrong is going fucking wrong.
Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff
The right
picture.
fielder, Nolan.
Got a decent lead on the Guardians for the moment. But a lead that can certainly dissipate and get ourselves into the danger zone. Not quite of losing the lead in the AL Central by the All-Star break, but pretty damn close. .40 pitches through 2 innings for Casey Mize.
close one doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0.
Great start. Into left, rather right field. Right at Riley Green.
Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Now it's Jose Ramirez.
Quick out. We needed that.
This one.
Ramirez.
J-Ram is taking us deep now.
0-1.
Twice in the span of less than 24 hours.
Fought off foul.
If I just keep everything right in there, maybe we have a chance. Oh, got him. Wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Didn't throw that curveball that great. Strikeout number 5 for Casey.
Dream two-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top.
Remember when I used to do that all the time? I would just hold that left trigger down, or that left stick down, and my catcher, when they struck out on a pitch in the dirt, they'd always run backwards.
His first time.
John, foul.
That one fouled off.
I tell you what, I didn't think we were going to get the out on that pitch, but I was going to say Casey Mize could certainly use a quick inning, and he gets one.
They're up 2-0.
That could extend his night a little longer. 2, 3, and 4.
Back now.
Due up now in the fourth.
Leading off, Matt Vierling.
Punchless Tigers offense so far. Vierling hit hard right field. It's not.
He makes the grab, and there's one down.
You know, I really am starting to think there's something different from when this game started with exit velo.
Up now for the Tigers. 0 for 1 so far.
I don't know.
Outside low, and that is ball 1. You and I got a chance to broadcast the 2019 All-Star game, and the city of Cleveland did such a great
in the air to center again.
Way back there.
Let's go.
Gone.
Tigers on the board.
And they're on the board. It's
Riley
2-1.
Green's homered in back-to-back games, his 17th of the year.
Time in this one.
After a hitless series in Washington as well. Good stuff.
When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to
I said center.
Like
Tough to tell when they get that
Tiger cleanup hitter.
angle on.
Torkelson.
Right
1 for
center
1 with a
field.
single so far.
Here's Tord. That one's hit hard. Left center field. Will it have a chance? No.
Makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
I'm telling you, like, I feel like I'm hitting balls well enough half the time to go, and then they just don't do anything.
Here's Gleyber Torres.
Like, I think I'm absolutely rocking something, and then that left the bat at 89.
In there at the knees, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, and I think the
I don't get it.
players backed it up from the home run derby and the show that was put on between
Gonna tie us up. He really ramped up on that one.
Alonso and others. It was off the charts.
We might do one round of golf today. We don't have a tournament this upcoming week, so we can just do it weekend and then the start of next week, I guess. It's better than waiting an entire week to do it.
Just missing there, and it's 1-2.
Ball 1, barely, to Gleyber Torres. Whoa.
Outside with a breaking ball.
Gavin Williams' pitch count in outstanding shape, though.
Hit on the ground to short.
Chased one there. Rocchio's throw will end the inning, but Riley Green puts the Tigers on the board.
Retired. And that is that, but not before they answer back with a solo
It's
home
something.
Run.
Now we
And
just
this
need
is
Casey
now a
Mize
2-1
to
ball game.
get back to what we saw out of him in the third.
Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing.
Shocker. We are 7-3 in our last 10. David Fry Hey.
Ball one there.
You know, these Guardians doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've
on
been
the
able
edge
to push
of the dirt.
a couple of runs across to score as well.
One away.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of
what
runs
we're seeing so far,
the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to
last
do more
4
damage later in this
AVs.
game.
Thomas stands in now, looks at that one.
1-0 to Lane Thomas.
Breaking
Got the call on the edge.
for a strike.
And the 1-1.
Just missed.
I tried to throw that sinker as hard as we could and just missed. Thomas didn't even look at it.
2-2.
Where has the break on Mize curveball gone?
Base is empty.
Oh my goodness, rang him up at the knees.
For the second time today.
Thomas down on strikes again. Casey's got 6 strikeouts, but I mean, I don't know. He's settling in a little bit. Keep thinking it's not going to be a very long outing for Mize.
Base is empty. Gabriel Arias.
Here's Arias. He is 1 for 1. Almost hit him.
The first offering is not close. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Inside corner,
batting sub 200. Not even really close.
That's a little bit low.
He's got the best eye of anybody on the team today.
2
Swing and a
balls,
miss.
2 strikes to count with 2
A
outs.
good eye can only do so much. 2-2. Curveball got him. Strikeout number 7 for Mize.
1-2-3, but they still lead it 2-1.
Get that next run, maybe even take the lead. Then we can start to feel a lot better about what Casey's done today. Back-to-back at bats. We allowed the solo home runs.
Welcome back.
But otherwise, Cleveland has not really threatened.
Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
And hell, if that's all we allow, that's great. Jake Rogers, a 3-pitch strikeout victim. His first time.
A little bit low, ball 1.
Well, these Tigers need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just 1 extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball.
Jake Rogers did hit a home run in his last game, but that was probably about a week ago. 3, well, I was going to say 3-0. It's Jake Rogers in the leg, and
next up for
really
the
sure
Tigers,
what that was about.
McKinstry.
Why does Jake look like he's ready to fight somebody on first base? Late on the cutter. I really haven't put a good swing on that pitch in this game. I never know what to do.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
The changeup right there just pulled the string.
I figured he was going to go fastball up and away. Why that changeup works so well. Hey, Zach, you got to stay in there. The curveball at 81, you'll be fine. Still might not feel too great going off your knee, but hey, we need base runners. Oh, wow.
He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
4th strikeout for Gavin Williams. That's a bad one.
And up next for Detroit, Wenzel Perez. Grounded out his first time.
1 away for Wenzel. Be great to get him back going. Hasn't had a hit since Game 2 of the Washington series.
Just missed. Rogers.
And I mean, that's the thing. You see that average over the last 9? That's being hitless in the last 2.
That's
Ooh, that misses high.
And that's ball 2.
Just need 1 hit, man.
That clips the corner.
Well, he went inside a couple of times and now outside.
Backdoor cutter on the edge.
Not exactly sure where to look for this next
tough. I'll make it 3-1.
Inside.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion.
We got to put Jake Rogers in motion, the commentary's telling me to do. Yeah, okay.
And ball
Walked him.
to aboard.
The RBI machine himself, Javier Baez.
Man, you got to challenge the guy with the
Bat
fastball.
with a runner in scoring position. I think for the first time tonight for Detroit. Baez with a strikeout his first time. 2 sliders down and away. Just 2 sliders away. That's tough to start the AB, and then a perfect cutter.
Now one miss.
What's good pitch there. Really
Went back up to that strikeout spot.
Just on the edge.
Baez just barely holds up.
Swing at it. Hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
That's in there, and the count 1-1.
I'd say the cutter has been Williams' best pitch tonight. Not even really close. Whoa.
Way high.
1 strike.
Tying run in scoring position.
You know, it's sad to say, I really couldn't tell what that pitch was. Ground ball, that's through. We will hold Jake Rogers at third.
Bases now loaded.
Bases loaded, but here comes the top of the order. And the reason we do that, Parker Meadows is a tough guy to double off.
If you're an infielder, you know they used to say, charge it.
Ball 1.
Tying runs now just 90 feet away. Just got to be
Most
wary of that
threatening
double play,
part
though. That's
so
what
far in this
stranded him in the
game
inning.
for Detroit. Down low 2-0.
Pressure's on right here.
Gotta bring us something.
Bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball
I think he
count
could
and
go
walk
back
it
to that
off.
cutter.
He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Swings through
No.
that one.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch.
When you're
He
thinking
clearly
cutter
wasn't
and you
timed
get
up on the
fastball, even on the
In a
slower
2-0
end,
count, you have to
no
be ready
chance.
to do damage.
Out towards
High
right
fly
center
ball for
field.
Meadows.
Jones
I don't know if that's...
sizes this
I guess
one
it's going to
up.
have to be deep enough.
Squeezes it.
Rogers on the
Rogers tagging
move.
from second
Another
to third.
runner tagging. Rogers is in.
Not in time. He's safe. We
Sack
are
fly
tied at
RBI,
2.
Parker
In that
Meadows.
situation, you're looking to get
Tie
something
this
up in the
game
zone
at
that you
2.
can put in the air. Worst case scenario, a sacrifice fly to drive in that runner from third.
Now the third baseman, Matt Vierling. 0 for 2 in this one.
Now we'll see Vierling. Base hit away from leading for the first time.
And that
Which
one
won't happen.
Kwan.
Right to Stephen
And that's
Kwan.
the third out.
And the Tigers get as close to the lead as they have all series. A tie. Rocchio, Hedges, and Kwan do up against Casey Mize. Hopefully Mize can keep up the momentum now that he's, for the moment, off the hook for the loss.
Let's check out the latest news from around the league.
The shortstop, Ryan Rocchio.
Ryan Rocchio starts us off. Oh my goodness, we're gonna get him out. And a 1-pitch out as well, so
Now batting, catcher.
Austin Hedges
was back at the third inning.
out looking his first time.
And a result like that
Fastball
can
in for a
certainly
strike.
extend Mize's
Controlling
night.
things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Just missed.
Which could be huge. It really could. Our bullpen took a beating last night. Oh, boy. Good thing it's Austin Hedges and not
Last half of inning number
somebody
5.
like Ramirez. A few times they've gotten to the curveball today. It's been a really good pitch for Casey.
Got him. That's his 8th.
What the fuck did he think he was getting? Strikeout number 8 for
Now
Mize.
for Cleveland, Stephen Kwan.
1 pitch out for Stephen Kwan last time.
Swinging a foul
First pitch
back.
swinging
That's out of play.
again.
2 outs. And
Ah,
that
one
one
foul.
fouled off.
That sinker came back over the middle of the plate just a little bit there. And the 0-2. Got him swinging. Good block from Rogers. Make it 9 strikeouts, and that ends the 5th for Casey Mize. Been outstanding the last 3. He's really been great much of the game, but just 2 big hits for the Guardians. That's all they've got. The Mize is going to outlast Gavin Williams, who exits pretty early on. I thought he still had a little bit more in the tank, but we'll see Trevor Stephan.
He's already homered in this game. In the first pitch,
all 1 to Riley Green.
Movement in the bullpen, Cade Smith getting ready to go. Sewald warming up as well. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs.
Not where we're looking for
a strike.
anything, honestly.
Look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
2-1.
Outside, and it's 2-1. Oof. Foul ball.
Hung that splitter, but it just continued to work in. 2-2.
Rusty Valentine rings him up.
Disgusting.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to
The fact that those were the same pitch just doesn't seem real.
Fouled off left side.
That one, a slider. Taken well foul by Torkelson. 3 home runs in the Washington series. 1 right about now would be nice.
That one finds the corner, and that's strike 2.
All right.
Good eye in that spot.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Had to foul it off.
Still 1-2.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him.
Still 1-2.
Just not able to square it up.
Goodbye.
3, and that's 2 in a row.
Change this spot. And I mean, that's such a shocking pitch to see after he really hadn't thrown a bad one.
Whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves.
I saw the location. I immediately thought splitter.
Tell you what, that's huge. It can change the ball game.
Here comes Gleyber Torres.
Here's Torres.
There's a strike. Stephan, 29 years old, and he was a third-round
Trevor Stephan having his way.
In 2017. And that's too high. 2 down, nobody on. And we're the top.
For a guy that only has 3 pitches, we've certainly guessed wrong a lot.
And a big swing and a miss.
Haven't swung and missed this much all game.
There's another, and that's 3 straight strikes.
Trevor Stephan strikes out the side.
2, 3, 4,
I don't think we saw a decent pitch to hit outside of maybe 1. It was still on the outside part of the plate to Torkelson.
And welcome back to the ballpark.
It's safe to say that blows.
The right fielder, no leg.
We're going to go ahead and get action up for Mize, even though I think he can get through this inning. Give me Hannafy and Herter, even though Brandt was the one that blew the game last night.
First pitch, and he just misses.
You know, these Guardians being a little too patient at the plate in this game. I'm surprised with all the strikeouts looking we've seen from them. Sometimes you get fooled up there, but it's just happening too often right now.
Wow.
That one finds the zone.
Maybe the best pitch he sees and able to take it somehow.
And that's down and away.
I mean, they're getting hittable pitches.
Still no swings for Nolan Jones.
But going back to the dugout, knowing you could have done something with what you got is frustrating.
And a dive from Veerling. It's by. McKinstry goes to cut it off. He does. It's a double regardless. Here to start the 6th.
That's a leadoff double.
A late jump, and I think
his first swing of the AB.
It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat.
A pretty well-placed slider, too.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Jose Ramirez.
to center.
Swing at a high
They will stay in the ballpark. Will they tag? Yes, they will. Throw from Meadows. Not in time and up the line.
Safe at third.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend,
John just had a rough day.
Before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Noel in the box now. Take strike one.
And I know you want to be patient.
I want to get a ground ball to the third base side.
Jump on the first thing straight, and he got one right there, but left the bat on his
strikeout would
shoulder.
do too, I guess.
With the go-ahead run at third, here in the bottom of the sixth.
Wouldn't chase.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
I tried. Oh, wow.
And now the count filled up 3-2.
Back up here. Fouled off.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Jones takes his lead at third with one away.
And a ground ball base hit to the right side. John Kenzie Noel.
And it's an RBI single. 3-2. They take the lead.
Well done.
Stayed patient. Didn't chase any of the garbage. And then that slider for Mize has just about died off.
And he hit the ball on the screws.
One down, runner at first. And now here is...
Yeah, it didn't move anywhere near enough.
In there, and it's 0-1.
Mize getting tired. There's a shock. Oh, jeez.
Foul ball there.
Man, he was pitching so well. He's really fallen off here in the sixth. Oh, my God.
One ball, two strikes.
How did he stare at that? Not even think about it.
Is down low.
Great job of
and we've had 2 strikes on each of the last 2 Cleveland hitters.
2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Ground ball to Torres. Should end the inning. And it does.
And that's 2.
Guardians take the lead here in the 6th. John Kenzie Noel.
This base hit. It's
an opposite field hit.
3-2 ball game. You're dialed into the show.
Strike away from getting Big Christmas out, but that slider there for Mize, he threw him just wasn't good.
7th, we have a new pitcher on the mound, Kate Smith.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and
Nick Rogers 0 for 1. Kate Smith, fastball, splitter, sweeper. That one hit hard. Jake Rogers, right center field, going back and off the wall. Rogers making his way up to second, slides in with a leadoff double.
Well, that's how you respond.
His 5th double of the season.
Now, there are several ways that they can get this.
That's good stuff. You go against a guy with a pitch repertoire like that, 3 pitches that are going to move very distinctly. It feels like you can sit on something.
Runner in scoring position.
That's exactly what we did.
Here's the left fielder, Zach McKinstry.
Woo!
Front there as he swings through it.
Flew open on that sweeper. Much better one
than
when he threw Rogers.
Right through there for a strike.
Start to break downward, waiting for the inward break, and it just never came. A little bit too close there. Oh, yeah, that did hit the edge. 0-2 here on Zach.
And ball 1.
A mistake with one of those breakers. Just never know. You'd think this would be the advantage we have in the inning, even though with Wenzel Perez due up. True lefty and McKinstry hasn't seen anything too great. There it was. Splitter had no clue. Jesus Christ. McKinstry took like 3 steps out of the box before Hedges threw him out.
Set up a good 2-strike splitter with the fastball on the previous pitch.
Now let's get Wenzel going.
Tough to recognize and adjust your swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
Oh, jeez.
Wenzel Perez.
1 strike.
1 out.
That's pretty much back-to-back ugly swings on the splitter.
And
missed inside,
the
1-1.
inside edge. And the count even 1-1.
Wenzel's been good in his brief time on the team this year with runners in scoring position.
So the tying run at second.
Oh,
Here's a swing and a
jeez.
miss.
1-2.
Not sure how we were that far out in front, but all right. Yep.
Got him looking for the strikeout. Fastball to
Cade
left.
Smith doing what he can to get out of this rough spot. Leadoff double. He struck out the last 2 Tigers.
Out there in scoring position. Just
And
put the
here
ball
is
in play,
Baez.
Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
Baez in the
A hit
box
for the
here.
righty
Lets that
against
one go
Cade
for a
Smith.
ball.
He struck out both the lefties.
That one off the mark. Ball 2.
He's been ranked
And I mean, with
number
Javi's
6
average
games,
with
and
runners
I
in
think the
scoring
reason
position,
why
you
getting
can't
ahead of
really
counts,
blame
able to
him
do that consistently,
for pitching
and
around
you see the
Baez here.
results.
3-0.
That one misses. And now 3-0.
Well, I would expect
Probably gonna
in
take
this
2.
3-0 count, you're taking all the way.
Meadows
See if
has
they'll
been
walk you.
okay
Hunter Meadows in
so
the
far.
on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here.
We'll be taking this.
That one
Let him
finds
get
the
the
zone,
1.
And the count is 3-1.
See where he wants to throw a pitch
2
3-1.
outs, And 1 in scoring position.
Thinking Splitter down in line with that fastball.
Fouls one away.
Kind
Now
of.
3-2.
Felt like it spun forever. Full count. And
So
up
now
high.
2 on.
Walk
and
for
2
Baez
outs.
anyway.
Walk side of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum.
It's going to be all for Cade
They're in some
Smith.
hot water trying to protect this lead.
Left-hander due up. Do they go to a left-handed pitcher here?
Change on the mound.
I'd think
Cade
so.
Smith will depart, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
And even though Meadows doesn't have the attributes, and it is a left-hander, Tim Herron, it's not how good he was
He's given up more than 1 hit per inning
against
so
left-handed
far this
pitching.
season.
But he is still better
2 outs.
at making
Here's the
contact
center
against
fielder,
lefties than he is
Hunter
righties.
Meadows. On the
Oh,
outside
jeez.
corner, that's strike 1.
Slurve slider. Where Herron will start out. Whoa.
And that
1
one
ball,
is
1 strike.
inside.
Not sure what you'd be setting up there. Oh,
Swing and a
jeez.
miss. And the count
3
is
straight
1-2.
slurves from Tim Herron.
In there with
And that
front
pitch as
side
close
against
as the
this
first one
left-handed
was.
breaking ball.
Outside
Boy.
low, and it's 2-2.
It's a tough take, but you just got to realize you're not going to do anything with that pitch. Wow.
Goes down looking.
A lot of adrenaline,
Leadoff
you can see
double.
it right there, and sometimes you just gotta
2
let
straight
it out. It's an
strikeouts.
outstanding
A
job of
walk to
taking that,
Baez.
executing,
And then a
getting out of the
strikeout
tough
to end the inning.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
It's just how you can't adjust to that. It will be Brennan Hannafy entering this game. Tigers down a run.
Now pitching for Detroit, number 75.
That one finds the zone.
6, 7, and 8 due up for Cleveland. Gee,
Ball 1 there.
the hell was that? Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front
Throw
of
it
the
to him
slider.
again, why not?
You can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss.
It misses. It's a strikeout.
Third strikeout of the
Sometimes
night
he
for
struck
Lane
out in this
Thomas.
one, and definitely an
Number
individual
13.
performance
Didn't
you
even
wanna
throw that
flourish.
well.
He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there.
Here's
Those are
Arias.
those days, but when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus
Whoa.
on doing your part to maintain that lead and
No
getting
ball,
that
1
W.
strike.
Arias, the batter.
Clear what
now
he's
as he
looking for.
swings and misses for strike 1.
That one's down the line in trouble.
And that's a fair ball.
That's a 2-hit game for Arias. Green's throw into second. Not in time. Slight hesitation. I was going to the cutoff man, but I realized Green fielded that fairly well. I think he double pumped it.
Somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down
Here's
all the way
Rocchio.
through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Next to hit.
Oh, you can't be serious.
Down the left side, and it stays fair.
Dude.
From second, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well, that started and ended.
Someone make Brian Rocchio go away. What in the fuck was that? Sinker in off the plate, in well inside, and he soft serves it in to left.
That misses the zone. Ball 1.
Why is he the most annoying player on this team? Why is he the most productive player against us? I don't understand. That one's trouble. Green with a bad jump. And he flails and misses. And that's probably going to score a run. And now a wild throw. Wow. A complete shitfest in right field for Riley Green. Jumped in when that ball was going to go over his head. Didn't catch up to it. And then a wild throw back in. Secured. Oh, my.
Now the left fielder, Stephen Quad. 0 for 3 in this one.
Wow.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
It is one of the rare times, I would say, all year.
One out, the runner at second. Here the
we're going to go through 2 games. The Tigers have not led.
Next offering in there for a strike. And that is strike 1.
In the left. It's at least playable.
McKinstry puts it away for the out.
2 away.
Now batting.
Go back to Nolan Jones. Started the party. Jose Ramirez would follow up with a home run in his next at-bat, and the following at-bat to this. How it went. And he's also had a good day. 2 for 3. Are you, dude?
And that's a fair ball. Coming home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they're up by 4. And
Nolan Jones is 3 for 4. Brendan Hannafy has lost cabin pressure on 2 of the weakest hits. You'll see score runs. It's the mirror image of what Rocchio did.
Digs in for the Guardians. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
I mean, it's yet again, late inning pitching has taken us out of a game. Right at Torkelson, Jesus Christ.
And he snags it to end the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 8th inning.
Oppo. Nolan
2.
Jones finally pulled one, but just weak contact.
Welcome back in a new
well, we did get to Paul Sewald last night, but it's just yet again another clawback effort. And we did it a night ago, but I don't know about today. Feels like the bats are much worse today.
That clips the corner.
We were doing so poorly.
Hunter
Swinging first pitch with Matt Fearling. I guess we'll finally take something. Oh, my. Yeah, here we go. Wow. They've been doing that to me all game.
Pulled the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And now the right fielder, Riley Green. And the pitch is outside, ball 1.
1-0.
Paul Sewald not fucking around. And Green fouled it off. Green did not get slapped with an error on that throw from right field, by the way.
Swings through that one for strike 2. 1 ball. The Tigers down by 4, and we're in the top of the 8th.
Right.
Missed with a changeup, and the count is even 2-2.
Tried the back throw sweeper, missed badly. Base runner in a dream, boys. It's about the only hope. And that ain't gonna happen. Ground ball right to someone.
On to first. 2 up, 2 down. 2 down, bases empty.
4 outs remaining for the Tigers to score 4 runs.
1 for 3. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper.
It will be pretty tough for the Guardians to sweep us. Tarek Skubal going next time out. Down the line and right. A consolation prize for Spencer Torkelson.
The throw in safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Les Glaber's gonna go deep here. Not sure how much 1 run's gonna do us.
Gleyber Torres up to the plate.
Man, hang a sweeper though, you never know.
Clips the corner. And
stayed away from these righties really well. Did it to Veerling. Torque took advantage. Starts Gleyber out the same way. Oh, wow.
And a bat like this is almost over.
2 different days for Paul Sewald.
You have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
That missed by a lot. And the count 1-2.
I mean, we scored runs off him last night.
No 2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
He's regrouped for sure.
And that's in flinch. And now 2 balls.
A slight flinch.
And 2 strikes.
So you can certainly dot that sweeper down and away. Just not that one. Ground ball foul. So used to just gas from this Guardians team. And even though he's got 94, he's only throwing 91.
Good take by
just inside 3-2.
Torkelson at second with 2 down.
That one sawed him off. Torres too slow.
That's the 3rd out.
He front door sweepered us. It was right on that inside edge. It did clip it.
It's 6-2.
Probably better off taking that pitch in a 3-2 count, but honestly, the way the zone's been, it's pretty low percentage that anything happens there.
Back here in Cleveland, ready for the bottom of the 8th. Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, John Kenzie Noel.
Not even real. I guess we're going to go with Carlos Hernandez.
Carlos Hernandez.
To be honest, I don't really know what else we try and do.
He's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution.
I need Scott Harris to DFA Carlos Hernandez yesterday.
These guys today are so great with handling.
I was so excited when he was picked up. I really was. Not like I thought he was going to be a crazy turnaround or anything. This is one of the most useless players we've had. Look at just the area in which this slider can go. The fuck am I supposed to do with that? Even his fastball command, honestly, it's awful.
On the inside,
hang him up.
For called strike 3.
A little bit of a questionable call.
Strikeout for Carlos Hernandez. Probably didn't deserve it.
Just a little bit.
Lane Thomas trying to avoid the sombrero.
That's the type of location where you kind of have to understand that it's close enough to where you don't want to put the
flailing all game.
of the umpire. He did.
Ground ball could be 2. He will avoid the golden sombrero. But 3 strikeouts and a double play on your night. That ain't gonna do it.
Through 8 full. It's the Guardians 6, Tigers 2.
All Cleveland tonight. Tigers' last chance to get something done.
Sam Hentges gets the call from the pen.
Well, here's Sam Hentges. It isn't Emmanuel Clase.
Now here's the Detroit
that is a slight win.
Rogers.
Let's see. We got Rogers, McKinstry. McKinstry might get pinch hit, and then Perez.
That's in there. Strike one. Hentges in his 5th season, he throws a
He would go to his 4th
a
pitch
four-seamer,
first.
a slider, and he works in a sinker.
Ground or foul.
Fights that one away, and the count remains.
How did I ever
2.
do anything good with Jake Rogers? I really wonder.
And there's a ball.
Inside 1 and 2.
Not close with that one. Now 2 and 2.
Remember, a base runner and a dream. It's all we need.
That's down
2.
2 strikes.
Jake Rogers is the lead base runner. Wouldn't be ideal, but... Oh,
and a swing
my.
and a miss. Down on strikes. And a strikeout for the first out.
Down goes
here.
Rogers.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty good swing.
Chances
I
are
was
looking
waiting for it
pretty
to get hammered
minimal.
Somewhere. I mean, breaking ball, but he just somehow missed it. Timing looked solid, and his balance was there. He wasn't out on the front foot. Great pitch to hit, but just came up with nothing but air. So, tell you what, that's not a good feeling at all.
Nah. We were out in front.
He's 2 outs away.
Ignore the
Zach
commentary.
McKinstry up now for the Tigers.
Ground
On
ball.
the ground to the
Yeah.
left. Rocchio.
I think McKinstry is going to get a good old well-deserved night off.
Now back.
So it's their
He's
last
been
chance in this
dick
one.
lately.
Wenzel Perez up now for the Tigers.
2 away for Wenzel.
Check swing, he held up, and that's ball 1. Meanwhile,
Hunter Gaddis,
activity
Blake
in the
Lively
bullpen.
warming up
Hunter
for
Gaddis
Lord
up and
knows what
loosening
reason.
in the pen. Lively getting loose as well. Next offering is in for a strike.
Missed inside 2 and 1.
That one missed.
Somewhat speedy base runner, potentially here. 3-1. Ground ball.
Ground ball, and this
No. No, we're going to get Jeter jump throw to end it. One last middle finger from the Cleveland Guardians.
Think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to come up with the big hit.
6 games played in the season series with Cleveland, and the Guards have now won 4. They go for the sweep tomorrow. But Tarek Skubal goes for Detroit. Hasn't been pitching great as of late, but hopefully to get him back to his ace level stuff, Mize drops to 6 and 5.